Call me John. John O'Keefe. I spent my life serving this city, protecting people who didn't even know my name. I thought I'd seen everything: blood, betrayal, death. But nothing prepares you for your own. That night, I just wanted to go home. The cold was sharp, but something else hit harder. A thud, a flash of pain, then nothing but silence. I tried to get up. I couldn't. The snow started covering me like a blanket no one would ever pull back. No sirens. No lights. Just the dark. These are my final 24 hours. January 28th, 2022. Around 7:30 p.m., I made my way to the bar in Canton. The place was already buzzing with the usual crowd, familiar faces, laughter mixed with the clatter of glasses, and the low hum of a sports game playing on the TVs overhead. The winter air was biting cold, but inside, the warmth and noise made it easy to forget the season outside. That's where I saw her, Karen Red. Karen was 42, a financial analyst by day, sharp and driven. She had a presence that made the room still the moment she walked in, and her wit could cut through any conversation like a knife. She was complicated. Beautiful in a way that felt raw and unpolished, someone who carried both strength and scars. We'd been on and off for a while, passionate, messy, and tangled up in each other's lives. That night, despite everything, she smiled at me like we were just two people trying to hold on to something real. I smiled back. We had a few drinks, vodka for her, whiskey for me. We laughed, we argued, we danced around the things we didn't say. The night stretched on, people coming and going, the energy shifting but never fading. When someone mentioned a party at Brian Albert's, a fellow cop's house, Karen didn't hesitate to offer me a ride. I thought it was a good sign, that maybe, for once, things were turning around. I had no idea the ride she gave me would be the last one I ever remembered. It was just past midnight when Karen took the wheel. The car was quiet except for the soft hum of the engine and the occasional crunch of tires over ice. Karen drove with a kind of restless intensity, her eyes fixed straight ahead, as if the road held answers she was desperate to find. I slid into the passenger seat feeling the weight of the night pressing down on me, fatigue mixed with the dull ache of too many drinks and the unspoken tension between us. We didn't talk much. There wasn't a need. The silence stretched, thick and uncomfortable, filling the space like a storm waiting to break. I glanced over at her, watching the way her jaw clenched, the tight grip on the steering wheel, but she didn't meet my eyes. When I finally broke the silence, I asked if she was okay. Her nod was curt, almost rehearsed. I didn't have a better answer for her when she asked how I was. The world outside blurred under the headlights as we turned onto Fairview Road. Brian Albert's house was just up ahead, a large place with a porch light glowing against the dark night, cars parked outside signaling life inside. Karen slowed the car and pulled to a stop by the curb. "You good?" she asked again, softer this time. I nodded, unsure if I really was. I opened the door, the cold air hitting me like a wave, and stepped out onto the snow-covered street. The door shut behind me, and that was the last moment I truly saw her. The door closed behind me, the sound echoing faintly in the cold night air. I took a few steps toward the porch, the snow crunching softly under my boots. The cold bit through my coat, stinging my skin, and I pulled the collar up as the wind sliced past me. The house loomed ahead, warm light spilling through the windows, voices muffled behind the curtains. My mind was foggy, heavy from the drinks and the fatigue that had settled deep in my bones. Suddenly, a sharp, violent force struck me from behind. Pain exploded in my skull, bright and unrelenting. I stumbled, arms flailing to find balance that wasn't there. The world tilted and crashed around me as I fell forward. My face hit the cold snow with a brutal finality. I tried to cry out, to scream, but the cold swallowed the sound before it left my lips. My hands twitched, trying to push myself up, but my body betrayed me, heavy, unresponsive, numb. Through blurred vision, the porch light shimmered like a distant star, unreachable and cold. I lay there, the snow pressing against my face, the silence stretching endlessly. No footsteps. No voices. No rescue. Just the biting cold and the creeping darkness closing in. Alone. Helpless. Forgotten. They said Karen was acquitted. My wife, the woman I thought I knew, cleared of every major charge. But if it wasn't her, then who? Who wanted me silenced in the cold, left to fade away like a forgotten shadow? I wanted to ask. I wanted answers. But all I had was the darkness pulling me under. Maybe one day, someone will find the truth. Until then, these are my final hours, and the mystery I leave behind. If you're listening, if you're watching, tell me what you think. Who do you believe was really responsible for what happened that night? Comment below. Let the story live on.